Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching this. Simply Stocks with another video. And this time, this video relates to an IT company that has been doing well with respect to its numbers that came out just a few days back. And the stock shot up, but has corrected a bit in the last 2 days in the correction. We'll discuss about this IT company, plus, we'll discuss a little bit about the markets as well. Uh, so let's get things going. Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. And all these discussions are purely for educational purposes. And whatever decision you take with respect to investment or trading, it is under your own discretion. And kindly do consult your financial advisor because there is a direct market risk that is involved with all of this. Plus, whatever I discuss is everything that I have learned over the last 10, 12 years in the market, being a retail investor in the market. And so I want to just share my knowledge on it. Before I talk about this company, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions, seek out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts put up from time to time. Also, if you can pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. If you cannot pay on Patreon, you can become a member on YouTube or be a member on WhatsApp as well. If you can email me, you can become a member on WhatsApp from a yearly basis. So now let's discuss about the markets first, and then we'll come to that company. So as far as the markets are concerned, it is hovering around, you can say 18,000 levels, and a correction was due. And this is exactly what I mentioned when I made the video, say 7-10 days back, that there is a correction on the anvil at around 18,400. It is very difficult to see the market go higher. In fact, for our members on Patreon, I had put the podcast at 18,200, 300, that I am more or less booking profits altogether, and will build another portfolio on declines. Although I made the portfolio the next day, but eventually the decline came in even after the election results, and there was a move, and after that we have seen the decline. So this was due. I don't think it is an effect of the elections, but I would say that the correction could continue. We'll see what happens today. It is extremely crucial to see whether 18,050 holds or not. If 18,050, 18,060 holds on a closing basis, then we might see an up move from Monday onwards. Otherwise, we could be headed towards 17,800 next. Below 18,100, there is a difficulty with respect to the market gaining traction towards 18,300, 400. So I think we could end up going to 17,850, 17,800 over the next, you can say, couple of weeks or so. But that should be it. I don't think there's more downside to it. And individual stocks which are performing, stocks which are gaining traction, which are making new highs, are continuing to perform even today. We have seen IT stocks doing well. We have seen some consumer stocks doing well, auto stocks doing well. And so we have to pick those pockets and start performing. So in terms of the market, especially mid cap and small cap, we could see some more correction going forward, but individual stocks will keep on performing. That's my call. Now let me just reduce my video and go. Let's go to the screener website to let's discuss about the company that I wanted to discuss with you. So here we are on the screener website, and I want to talk to you about Intellect Design Arena, which has come out with very strong numbers, and it is a company that did not do well for many years, probably till 2016-17, and there was a management shift at the helm, and the company has gone through a lot of troubles with respect to management and many other integrity issues, and there were many issues that were earlier there, but things are coming back into shape at the moment, and the company is doing pretty well. So if we look at the numbers altogether, we'll look at the charts as well, but we'll look at the numbers first, and then we'll go to the charts and discuss technically also and where the stock could head. uh, the quarterly results, I mean, In the March quarter, they did 616 crores of sales. If you add other income of 20 crores, they did 636 crores of sales versus 535 crores, including other income for say March 22. So this was a decent enough growth. So if I take only the sales figure from here on in, then we are looking at a pretty decent growth of around 20%, 21%, whereas other large companies are either flattish or negative or slightly higher, say 5 7%, 10% growth on sales. So 20% sales growth. Eventually operating profit was pretty good. Operating profit was somewhere in the region of 15% or so, the growth itself. And when you talk about you can say PBT, although PBT looks like flat, 120 crores last year versus 124 crores this year, but you have to understand that there's the 33 crore depreciation, which is more than what it was last year. Plus, so that is why, and plus the margins have not been that great. So margins dipped to 22% versus last year's of 24%. But what is very important is that 15, 18, and then 22, there's been a margin increase quarter on quarter over the last three quarters. So 15% going to 18%, now 22%. What seems like that the company has bottomed out on the margins front, and there are many IT companies that might have bottomed out on the margins front for good. And at the moment, we are seeing traction in the stock only because of these two reasons, that the company has come out with 21% you can say growth on sales, and the margins have kept on improving, say in the last three quarters, and we are back to those mid 20s. We could be headed towards that. That is what the street believes. Plus, if you see that the stock has corrected immensely from the top. So technically we'll talk in a bit, but just to give you an idea, the stock was at around 957 rupees in 22, in April of 22, and over the last year or so it has corrected all the way to 400. So it has corrected 50-55% from those levels. The PE has shrunk from those 22 level of around, the PE was around 38. It went all the way down to 18, 17, 18 times. So really at these levels, the stock looks pretty reasonable, looked pretty reasonable, say about a few days back, and then the move upwards. If you look at the balance sheet also, the company has increased in net worth over years. I mean, from March 16th onwards, from 560 crores, it's now 2000 crores, more than 4x. In terms of you can say debtor days, that has reduced also. That has shot up actually, but there's no inventory days for an IT company. In terms of shareholding pattern, now this is a cause for concern that promoters hold only 31%. But if you look at FII holding, it has reduced from around 27% in March of 21 all the way to 22% now. DII holding has remained stable at around 4%, and it is public shareholding that has increased also. So shareholding has remained stable, but what is interesting to see now is that what would be the shareholding pattern in June, because I feel that FIIs might be getting into the stock again with the kind of numbers that these mid cap or small cap, you can say, IT firms are producing. So all in all, very strong set of numbers. Very few companies are coming out with these set of numbers, but what it tells you of the industry altogether is that the whole IT industry is coming back after a 1.5 year hiatus, and now things are looking up, and that's what stock prices are showing us, that the performance is getting better. So if you look at here, just a few days back, so let me just take out a 1 year chart and we'll understand this, that on this was around 12th of May. On 12th of May, it was a big shot up of around 15%, 12-15%, and it was a huge volume. The volume was around 1.3 crores or so. So if I take you to the stock edge site will be able to understand better that here when the stock shot up so much from 478 all the way to 530 535, there was 1.4, actually 1.4 crore shares traded. So what we understand from this is in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years actually, this is the highest volume of the last 5 years have been just recently, about a few days back, and the stock shot up and the stock is at lows. So it is a clearly a thing of a final bottom being made from a long term point of view in the stock, and I think the stock is about to surge and surge big time over the next 6 8 months. If the numbers continue to be strong, then it will do well, but even in the shorter term also, I believe that the stock should end up doing well. So if we look at the chart patterns etc in the if we look at, if we slightly increase the time horizon, we look at a simple chart of intellect design, and we look at a 2 year chart here, then we'll have a better understanding as to where we are. So in the last 2 years the stock has gone from say levels of around 950 so it was around 978, so it was 986. So the 2 year high is this, which is 7th of April 22. This was the high just about 14 months back, 13 14 months back, of 986, and we are at 550. Now this 550 is a strong juncture when we talk about intellect design, because currently what is happening is that this is a very crucial level around 530ish or so. We have seen many support levels, as we see here. In about October of 22 we were around 535 536, and it has broken out from this congestion. So we could head all the way towards at least 590 from here in a very short term, but I see the stock move towards 700 levels in less than a year's time. I see 700 on the stock coming in about 8 to 12 months. There could be an upside of 25-30% on the stock if the numbers continue to be better, because you need to understand. So basically minimum target for me is 620 in the next 6 to 12 months. I believe 620 is achievable, between 620 to 700. These are the levels achievable if the numbers continue, and you need to understand that these companies, when they start performing, mid and small cap company in a particular sector, they perform for months. And so 620 is my first target, and once this congestion of 630 to 730 is taken out, we could head towards new highs. So all in all, very good set of numbers. I believe a 15% upside is very much possible at the moment. I'm seeing a 15% upside on the stock over the next 6 months. But overall, I believe that this could be a start of a massive run up in the stock, as well as in other stocks as well, if the numbers continue to be strong. So this is a video on intellect design. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my video straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.